Hello, and thanks for jumping onto this Geekers Creepers video. Today, I'm just going to quickly talk about the state of Dead by Daylight, specifically for base consoles and what can be done to make it a better playing experience. First, you might be asking, who's this guy on here giving his opinion? Well, first off, this is just my opinion, guys. With that said, I've been playing Dead by Daylight since 2017 on the PS4 and only recently started to stream this game over the past year. Pandemic hit, quarantine was out there. I needed something to do. Love playing Dead by Daylight. Decided to stream it, and that's where that's why I'm here today. Now, I do play Dead by Daylight on a regular basis, and right now it's probably my most played game of all time. I love this video game, and I love horror movies. Well, I'm sorry, I love video games in general, and I love horror movies, and this game became the perfect match. Now, although it was my perfect match, I have to say this game is far from perfect. There have always been bugs in this game, but in the past the bugs were issues that may have broken the game but didn't appear all the time, or well, at least for me they didn't. A lot of the bugs were also not game breaking, but funny things which happened in the game. I'm about to show a clip of one of my old games with the bug that got the killer stuck in the pallet. This bug was game breaking, of course, and annoying because survivors decided to take this opportunity to get a little toxic and not finish gens, and we're just being toxic players. But again, that's a discussion for another day. Now, the reason I'm going to show this is because this was one of the bugs, but this happened only once in multiple games that I played. So go ahead and take a minute. I'm just going to show a quick clip of the bug that happened there. All right, with that, now let's talk about the current state of Dead by Daylight on consoles. Right now, whenever a survivor does a gen, unhooks, and especially dead hards, the game comes to a halt for a second or two. This is not a funny bug, but rather a game-breaking issue that needs to be resolved. When the game freezes for the killer, specifically when a survivor dead hards, it's practically like giving a second dead hard to that survivor. In almost every game I've played as killer and survivor, there has been at least one point where the game is frozen, or at least begins to lag. This is not an issue that occurs once every 5 or 6 games. No, this is an issue that occurs almost every single game. It's so awful that the way I've been playing this game for the last 6 months has made me take these issues into account. I have to take these bugs into account with the way I play the game. Now, usually I play this game as killer, and when I do, I'm expecting a bug to happen, and I expect it so much that it's like another perk that the survivor has. That should not be the way this game is played. Now, some people might say, well, you're playing on an old console. You're playing on the base console. Go buy yourself the PlayStation, the new PlayStation, PlayStation 5, the new Xbox. Go get yourself a PC. Well, to that, I say that is the wrong way to look at this problem. For example, if you go to a restaurant and order the chicken, and it comes back raw, the manager doesn't come out and say, well, you should have ordered the more expensive steak because that's what we're known for. No, it doesn't work that way. If you pay money for a product, then you are entitled to a quality product. That is the way this works. I bought DVD and have paid for almost all DLC because I do want to support behavior, but I also expect to have a good working product. Also, full disclosure, I did not buy the Resident Evil pack because I did partake in the boycott, but I'll be honest, I'm probably going to buy that in the upcoming weeks. So, I've laid out the issue, and I'd like to offer a temporary solution. And again, I say this is a temporary solution. Now, I've heard some people offer the solution of making the game less optimal for base console players, and that might be a way to fix this problem. For example, lowering the graphics settings for those that play on base console in order to make the game play smoother. I believe this is an awful idea, because once again, I am paying money for an inferior product. Also, I will be paying the same amount that other players are paying for a better product. Look, if base console players were to pay half for cosmetics, DLC, etc., because our versions would be considered the inferior version, I might reconsider my stance. But we all know behavior would not go for that. So, what would be my temporary solution? Well, I'll say this. Some of the better and smoother games I ever played were back when cross play was not an option. Yes, there were bugs, but as I mentioned before, they were sparse and also they were pretty much patched fairly quickly. The game themselves ran pretty smooth, and it was these early games that made me a fan of Dead by Daylight. So maybe the developers can create a version of the game for base console players, create, let's say, an Xbox and PlayStation base version, and release that until there's a permanent fix for all the other bugs. By creating this base version of Dead by Daylight, there would not be a need to lose quality in the game. There would be a lesser player base due to no PC players, but honestly, I'm going to say this. Pre-crossplay, I never noticed much of an issue regarding wait times, etc. And if I remember correctly, I think the wait time was much quicker than what I have now. But again, that just might be me misremembering the pre-crossplay days. Now again, I'm saying that this would be a temporary solution until the game-breaking bugs plaguing, no pun intended, the base console players are fixed. Now, if anyone knows or has an opinion why this wouldn't work, like how this game is programmed, etc., I would really like to know. You have to understand, I am not a programmer. I just play this game. I've been playing it for a long time, and this is just my opinion. And as I said, again, this is just my opinion. I would love to hear yours. And if you like this, please subscribe and like. And you can check out in the future my podcast. It's called Geekers Creepers, where we talk about the geeky side of life and we talk about the creepy side of life. I also do stream Dead by Daylight under Smuggling Hams, and that would be on Twitch. So if you guys get a chance, stop by and say hello. That'd be great. So thank you guys so much for watching this, so much for listening. I'd love to get your feedback. And until next time, I do wish you all the best in life, love, and gaming.